Streamers and studios are trying to eliminate the writer's room. They're trying to force screenwriters to write endless drafts for free. They're trying to turn late night writing from a career into a gig job, and we're not going to let them. We are out here depriving them of our labor, making sure they get no new shows until they come to the table and actually bargain over our issues, as they have refused to do thus far. We're out.
Meantime, the Hollywood writers' strike entering its second month, and with production on shows and movies at a halt, the financial consequences are rippling through the economy in Los Angeles.
The strike has jolted every facet of the economy here. Production has been shut down, business stalled. The fallout estimated to top $3 billion.
Baby carriages. Baby carriages are hugely popular. They're very specific to the certain.
Fellow members of the WGA East and West, thank you for giving me a few minutes to update you on where we are and where we're going.
The WGA, or Writers Guild of America, is a union that protects the writers who belong to it. The Guild represents writers of entertainment ranging from film, television, radio, and online media. The Guild was created to do just that, protect. It was founded in 1933, and since its establishment, the WGA has gone on strike 6 times. 1973, 1981, 1985, 1998, 2007, and 2023.
But that only goes so far. What has real power, what moves people, what will move this town one day is our belief in each other.
These are the results of failed negotiations between the writers and Hollywood studio execs. However, the strike currently going on has much higher stakes, something we'll get into later. Some demands touch on the use of AI in writing and proper compensation, specifically for TV writers.
Streamers have tried to turn television writing from a career into a gig job. Writer pay has fallen by 23% over the past 10 years. Even though the company profits have gone up by 50%, they're spending more money than ever on making these shows. They're making more profit from them than ever. But writers are making less money. They're employing us for less time. And if you look at the proposals that they rejected that caused us to go on strike, they're proposals that would have protected writers, that would have made sure that when we're not just employed by the day, but by the week and by the month, that we can build a stable life in Los Angeles or New York where we live, that will prevent us from living in precarity. Writers are really facing struggle right now, and we are fighting for a stable life like all workers.
The 2007 strike only ended after 92% of the WGA voted to conclude it. The strike, which had begun on November 5th, 2007, and resolved on February 12, 2008, surrounded many issues that were present for the WGA members at the time. Some of these issues brought to attention in the strike was calculating DVD residuals and the very introduction to streaming. During this strike, Hollywood lost $2 billion, in spite of nearly everything it had going for it.
I'll respect whatever decisions that the guilds make. Hopefully we can come to a quick conclusion on all sides, but I think it's important for everyone to really honor whatever the guilds decide.
Network TV was still in its prime, and streaming was introduced. Comparable to now, top sites like Netflix are struggling.
Nearly 1 million people cancelled their subscriptions with Netflix in the past 3 months, but the streaming giants expected to lose twice the number after years of growth.
Network has essentially been in the midst of their own failure for years, not to mention the fact that these companies lost billions due to the pandemic. Billions they still haven't been able to recoup.
We are doing what we set out to do, and it's having an impact, even beyond the lives of writers. It began with every other guild and union in this business who saw in our struggle a mirror of their own. What I'm telling you is that when you walk in circles in front of every studio in town, you are carrying with you a cause that is larger than just us and this business. though just us and this business would have been enough.
The Hollywood writers' strike
Thank you.
entering its second
We're
month, and with production on shows and movies at a halt, the financial consequences are rippling through the economy in Los Angeles. WGA has a forcible picket line.
The Writers Guild is essentially taking a large step in destroying the film and TV industry as we know it, starting off with streaming. The WGA strikes in the past were very monumental, but because of the very specific state these companies are in, the WG impact could change everything. We're living in a state where the MCU is losing profit, which, let that be the symbolism for the real state all studios are in. At this point, the studios truly need the Writers Guild more than they need the studios. A $3 billion blow, no content for months, paired with already plumbing profit margins, could destroy the state of streaming, making it something close to the networks in the coming years. And that's not a bad thing. Taking power away from power-happy studios, or more specifically the execs, will create a better power balance within the industry. This power will allow writers to be paid better, work under better conditions, and won't let AI take over the art world. There were little factors that added to this, but the main problem again was residuals. Streaming services calculate residuals by subscriber count, and not by the views per episode. This was a prime problem that led to the strike we're in today. This, along with the poor conditions and use of AI, lead us right to the present day. And about that, let's talk about AI for a minute.
Years, artificial intelligence is probably going to change your life, and likely the entire world. But people have a hard time agreeing on exactly how. The following are excerpts from a World Economic Forum interview where renowned computer science...
In the WGA's list of complaints and demands on their website, they touch on the uses of AI. This focuses on the idea that studios are considering and trying to move forward with using AI-powered engines, such as ChatGPT.
Hoping to stave off an industry takeover by artificial intelligence and chatbots.
Something that feels almost dehumanizing to the writers, as they are losing their jobs simply because they require a salary.
Studios won't hire AI instead of writers.
And so in terms of the negotiations, are the studios pushing back on this AI thing?
Studio executives have been outspoken and come right out and said they believe that we'll have the first AI-generated script within a year.
It turns out to our great fortune something very precious. We have a strong union in a heavily unionized industry. We have what many workers in this country do not. If we succeed, we will make it easier, not easy, but easier for others to succeed after us.
There is one singular reason that this WGA strike in specific is causing all this harm to the current state of the industry. It's because it has finally been recognized that the studios need the writers more than the writers need the studio.
I hope the writers' strike in Hollywood gets resolved and the writers are given a fair deal they deserve as soon as possible.
If you rewind to the very start of the strike, it's about a community coming together to disrupt and bring attention to the wrongdoings of an industry. The WGA's call to action has disrupted and has successfully brought attention to the wrongdoings of the industry. They have just about everyone on their side. That is how the WGA improved an industry.
On behalf of the leadership of the NEDCOM, I thank you all again. We have marched with you every day. We are in awe of this membership. You give us strength. Union now, union forever.